YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with the video where we're going to be talking about Chase Young and his injury update that continues to be talked about, Darrick Forrest being the new starting safety, Darrick Stingley being out, and the Washington Commanders injury report heading into this game versus the Texans. So we have a ton to talk about. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, so that's subscribe button again if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into today's video. So, hey, and again, ladies and gentlemen, we wrapped up yet another good episode of Top of the Morning Show that goes live every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 in the morning. We wrapped up yet another episode. This was probably the best episode. So I'm telling you guys, if you want to check me out, go live and be that morning show that you listen to on your way to work every single morning, or at least Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'll be there for you. Monday we're going live at 7 a.m. this time, just to test things up to see if we get more viewers at 7 a.m. opposed to 9. And whatever looks good. If we get more viewers at 7 a.m., I'll get on at 7 a.m. But if we don't, then I'll continue the same thing with 9 a.m. So 7 a.m. I'm going live for Top of the Morning Show, hosted by Juan Gotti again. That morning show that you listen to on your way to work. So please check me out. It's on all podcasting platforms too. Just type in Top of the Morning Show hosted by Juan Gotti and you should find me. Thank you so much. Now let's get into today's video. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot to talk about. Let's start talking with the Washington Commanders injury report first. This is per Nikki Giovanni. So, Washington game status versus the Texans. Out running back J.D. McKissic due to the neck. Linebacker Cole Hogan foot, and tight end Amani Rogers with the knee/ankle. Now, J.D. McKissic, again, I got said multiple times, this neck thing is starting to become an issue outside of football. I just want to make sure the guy is okay. This could be a career-ending issue because, again, this is an injury that had him out last year for the final 6 games, and now this is going to be his, I believe, second or third straight game he's been missing due to this neck. So I just want him to be okay and be able to live life, man, because, again, this may be something that could possibly cut his NFL career short. Hopefully not, but, yeah, this is something that we need to pay close attention to and start to look more towards than just football. Then Cole Holcomb still dealing with the foot. He made some progress this week. He was actually back at practice. He may actually come back possibly next week or the week after that, but he's out again. Tight end Amani Rogers dealing with the knee/ankle. We knew he got banged up last week too. You could see that he was like limping around the field and stuff like that and slow getting up. So he's being out. I'm not too concerned about that. As long as we got Logan Thomas, Cole Turner, and John Bates. We got a ton of tight ends, so I'm good with it. It's okay with him being out. And then question, we got David Mayo with the hamstring, Jonathan Williams with the knee, and Christian Holmes with the hamstring. Not really too many big notable names. I mean, David Mayo is probably the only one just because we already are without Cole Holcomb. But Christian Holmes and Jonathan Williams, not really anything to move the needle there. And then the next thing we want to talk about is Jamin Davis. He wore the green dot last Sunday. Asked how big of a step it is in his development. Ron Rivera said it was huge. And I said that. I called that out. I was like, hey, look at Jamin, y'all. He's setting the defense up. He calling the plays out. He looking real good. You know what I'm saying? And I basically had called that on the stream. I was like, okay, Jamin, I see you. They starting to trust you more and more and more. And he's starting to morph, guys. Like, you remember, a lot of people, not we, because I was always a believer in Jamin Davis, but a lot of people were starting to give up on Jamin Davis, say, oh, he was a bust. He shouldn't have been a 19th overall pick and stuff like that. But now he's starting to emerge. Now, he may not live up to that 19th overall pick per se and just be an all-pro linebacker, but he may be what we need, and that's a serviceable starting linebacker, and he's starting to morph into that each and every week. Now, let's get into the next topic here. That's the Chase Young news here again. Not really what we wanted to hear. So, at the start of the week, I got all excited once again, like I have for the past 2 weeks, because they said Chase Young is expected to make his season debut. He's expected to get off of the physical, off. He's expected to get activated onto the 53-man roster. And then now today they came up with a report that said it was like by I want to say it was Adam Schefter that basically was like, yeah, Washington or Ian Rappaport rather was like Washington's DN is not expected to play, this Sunday versus the Texans. He's making a good leap, but he's just not quite ready yet. And I'm like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Which one is it going to be? Like one day it's, oh yeah, he's making progress and he might actually play this week, and then now every time we get to this part of the week, every single week for the past 3 weeks, it's, oh yeah, he's not gonna play this week. They just don't feel comfortable with him playing. At some point, if they want Chase Young back out there, they have to activate this guy. Now let's hear what Ron Rivera had to say about Chase Young. This gave me a little bit more optimism about him playing. Rivera said on Chase Young, we'll sit down tomorrow and talk about it. So if we activate him tomorrow, then the decision will come on game day. Rivera said they will activate him before the end of the 21-day window next week. Just a matter of if it's this week or next week. That gave me a little bit of confidence that he may actually play. Now, at least this year, I don't think Chase Young's playing Sunday. I really don't. Now they haven't came up with a definitive answer as if he will play or not. But I personally don't see him playing this Sunday, just for the simple fact that one, they don't think he's ready. I mean, Jack Del Rio was asked about him. He just said he's fine or okay. He's looked okay. Like if he looked good, if he looked great, I'm pretty sure Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio would have let you know. So for the simple fact that he's okay from Jack Darrick should tell us all we need to know. That's one thing. And then two, they're playing in Houston. Okay, NRG Stadium is a turf field. Okay, so it's probably not smart that Chase Young plays his first game on a turf surface. So if he doesn't play Sunday, which I don't see him playing Sunday anymore, he has to play next week versus the Falcons. If we want to see him this year, if not, we might just hang it up for him for the rest of the year. Like he may just not miss all of this year and be ready back next year. And if you want my brutal, honest opinion, ladies and gentlemen, on this whole situation, if he doesn't look like ready, you know what I'm saying, and and you get to every practice, it's like one day he looks good and then the next day he just doesn't look like he's ready already, and you don't want to put him out there. I'm all for just hanging him up for the season and letting him come back next year. Really, I am, because as painful as it is, because I want to see Chase Young out there, man. He's our number 2 overall pick. He's from PG County, just like me. You know what I'm saying? So I love Chase Young and Jared Patterson a little bit extra. But as much as I would love to see Chase Young back out there, man, his future with this team is much more important than this 1 year. And it's not like we desperately need Chase Young's presence. You know, this defensive line has been really good, whether it's Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, or Montez Sweat, James Smith-Williams, or Casey Toohill. Like, this defensive line has been playing really well as a collective unit. So as much as I would love Chase Young back out there, please, Ron, please, Dr. James Andrews, like, make the right decision for this fella, man. Like again, I know he's supposed to be the face of this franchise. He's the number 2 overall pick, and we want him back out there. But again, please do not force him out there. Like, please do not let him out there if you don't feel comfortable. You know. So my honest opinion, he's not gonna play tomorrow. He's not gonna play versus the Texans. Now, he could possibly play versus the Falcons, but I'm not going to continue to get my hopes up. You know what I'm saying? One day they'll be like, oh, yeah, he's expected to make his 53, he's supposed to be expected to make his debut this week. And then you get later in the week around Thursday or Friday, and it's like, yeah, Chase Young's not ready. Now, they can't do that next week. Ron Rivera basically already guaranteed that. That's why I said it gives me a little bit optimistic with Ron Rivera's report, because he said we'll activate him before the 21-day window happens. Like that's going to happen, whether it's the Texans game or the game versus the Falcons. I'm leaning obviously towards the game versus the Falcons, but we'll see, because I mean they haven't really made a definitive answer on his status for Sunday. They'll probably wait to Saturday or Sunday game time decision, but I'm leaning more towards he'll play next week versus the Falcons. He has to. If they want him to play this year, he has to play against the Falcons. No, it's no more this week or next week. It's either, if he doesn't play Sunday, it's either the game versus the Falcons or he's done for the year. Simple as that. And I feel like they probably feel more comfortable allowing him to play, on Washington's surface than the turf surface in Houston. And I know that sounds crazy. I like Juan. This is the same surface he's hurt he tore his ACL on in the first place. So you're telling me they don't feel comfortable putting him out there on turf, but they want to feel comfortable with him putting him out there versus the on our grass? Come on now. And you're totally right if you're thinking like that. But hey, what can we do at that point? So that's the Chase Young update. Again, not really something positive. Again, you don't know. We could wake up tomorrow and he'll be activated. But my assumption is he'll be activated next week versus the Falcons. So that's the Chase Young update. And again, not probably what we didn't want to hear, but again, whatever's the best for his future, I'm down for. Whether that's playing him next week or even just hanging it up for this year, honestly. I just want Chase Young for the future, okay? I don't want to risk it for 7 games if he's not the best. Now, moving on to some more big news. Ron Rivera said this: Bobby McCain is the Commander's slot cornerback going forward. Ron Rivera said this is a byproduct of Darrick Forrest really playing well. They want him on the field as much as possible. And when I saw that, I was super excited. I love that move because one, Benjamin St. Juste has been playing well. Nicky Jibal didn't add that into that, but I'm pretty sure that was a factor because you remember Benjamin St. Juste was, our slot corner in the beginning of the year, and he wasn't playing. He was okay. You know what I'm saying? Benji can play the slot, but he's more so outside, right? And they finally realized that. And now they're moving Darrick Forrest at strong safety because they want him on the field as much as possible because they see what he can do. I mean, the guy, see how much range he covered on that interception last week, man? That was crazy range. And then he just has a sniff for the ball, man. I mean, Benjamin St. Juste pokes it out, and then who scoops it up? Darrick Forrest, dare I say, looking like Sean Taylor. No, I'm not saying he is Sean Taylor. No one will ever be Sean Taylor. Trust me when I say that. But he's looking like Sean Taylor, always around the ball. You know what I'm saying? So they want to see Darrick Forrest play as much as possible, and I'm all for it. I like Bobby McCain in the slot, so I'm definitely happy with that. Our new safety tandem moving forward could be Cam Curl and Darrick Forrest, and we've been clamoring for something like that since the season started. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't have a Bobby McCain issue with him being on the team, but I just don't want him being my every down safety. You know what I'm saying? Because Bobby is bound to give up one each and every game. So I like my Bobby in the slot, and I think this is the best possible look that we can give teams moving forward. So I'm definitely excited about that, and that is really, really huge. Now, moving forward, the last thing I want to talk about to wrap up the video is the Houston Texans. They're really their only bright spot on that team and their defense, really. Derek Stingley, Jr., their rookie, the first-round pick, he is out this game. So that is a huge loss for the Texans. And I really just have one thing to say. It should be a huge day for Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel, Jahan Dotson, whoever would have been matched up against Derek Stingley. More likely than not, it was Terry McLaurin, obviously. It should be a huge day for Terry McLaurin this Sunday. Like, there should be no excuse why Terry McLaurin doesn't have over 100+ yards this game and possibly even a touchdown. So that's the injury report. That's a couple updates. A late night upload from your boy Juan Gotti. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, man. Let me know what you guys think about this. Chase Young update. Derek Stingley being out. Darrick Forrest now in the starting safety. Let me know everything, how you feeling in the comment section. As always, it's me, boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. We're ever so close to 5,000. I'm trying to get there as soon as possible. Thank you so much. As always, me, boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Peace. Cross me one time, that's gonna get you pop. Get you poppin', get you droppin'. Slide on the one where they get you locked on. I ain't stopping till I get me on the